Today I am going to share with you the teachings of the Stoics, ancient Greek philosophers which still hold relevance in our lives today. They warned us about the 10 things we should not do, and I am here to tell you all about it. The first thing the Stoics tell us to avoid is wasting time. How many times do we find ourselves protecting our material possessions, such as money and belongings, but fail to value our time, an unrenewable resource? It is necessary to prioritize what truly matters in our lives and not waste precious moments on insignificant things. Moving on, the second thing we should let go of is revenge. When we are hurt or harmed, it is common to feel the impulse to seek revenge. However, the Stoics teach us that the best revenge is simply to let it go. Instead of spending energy and time seeking revenge, we can cultivate understanding, forgiveness, and move on. True greatness lies in not allowing the negative actions of others to affect us. Furthermore, the Stoics warn us about the importance of not being carried away by unchecked impulses and emotions. The third thing we should avoid is acting impulsively, without considering the consequences. Stoic philosophy encourages us to cultivate serenity, prudence, and wisdom in the face of life's challenges. Another crucial point highlighted by the Stoics is not excessively worrying about what is beyond our control. The fourth thing we should avoid is being disturbed by external things. As Epictetus said, there is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. We must learn to accept what we cannot change and focus our efforts on what is within our control, our attitudes, thoughts, and behaviors. The fifth thing the Stoics teach us is not to waste energy and resources on unnecessary concerns. Sometimes we get trapped in anxious thoughts about the future or dwell on the past. However, as Seneca taught, we are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality. We must learn to abandon fruitless worries and direct our energy towards the present, where we can make a difference. The sixth thing we should avoid is the tyranny of other people's opinions. Often, we care too much about what others think of us, seeking external validation as a way to validate our own existence. However, as Zenon of Citium aptly put it, what other people think of you is their problem, not yours. We should cultivate our own authenticity and not allow the opinions of others to determine our self-esteem and happiness. The seventh thing the Stoics alert us to is not allowing ourselves to be dominated by fear. Often we are paralyzed by unfounded and imaginary fears, hindering our ability to take action and achieve our goals. The Stoics teach us to confront fear head-on, viewing it as an opportunity for growth and overcoming. As Seneca stated, "He who fears he shall suffer, already suffers what he fears." Additionally, the Stoics invite us not to constantly compare ourselves to others. The eighth thing we should avoid is falling into the trap of social comparison. Each of us has our own journey and unique path. As Epictetus said, "We are not responsible for the face we are born with. We are responsible for the face we make." We should focus on our own growth and development, rather than getting caught up in the superficial appearances of others. The ninth thing the Stoics teach us is not to lose ourselves in insatiable desires. Often, we are consumed by the relentless pursuit of more, believing that happiness lies in acquiring more material possessions and gaining more power. However, the Stoics remind us that true happiness is found in simplicity and being content with what we already possess. As Seneca reminds us, happiness is not having a lot. Happiness is wanting little. Finally, Marcus Aurelius teaches us not to worry about things beyond our control. The 10th thing we should avoid is wasting our energy and time on useless and external matters. We should focus on improving ourselves, developing our virtue, and building meaningful relationships. As he says, "Accept the order of the universe with pleasure and satisfaction. God is the source of all action, whether good or bad, and it is up to us to accept and deal with the circumstances of life in the best possible way." So, my friends, these are the 10 things that the Stoics teach us to avoid. Don't waste time, don't seek revenge, don't act impulsively, don't worry about what is beyond your control, Don't waste energy on unnecessary concerns. Don't be dominated by others' opinions. Don't let fear paralyze you. Don't compare yourself to others. Don't get lost in insatiable desires. And don't worry about things that are beyond your reach. Living according to these Stoic teachings involves cultivating serenity, wisdom, authenticity, and accepting what we cannot change. They invite us to live a life of virtue, focusing on what truly matters, and finding happiness in the simplicity of the present moment. I hope that these teachings from the Stoics can inspire you to live a fuller and more meaningful life. Remember that Stoic philosophy is not just a set of words, but a way of life to be practiced daily. Now, I invite you to reflect on these lessons and how they can be applied in your own life. Perhaps you can start by prioritizing your time, letting go of the need for revenge, and preparing yourself in advance for any challenges that may arise. It's also important to recognize that not everything deserves our attention, and that we should not get caught up in useless matters. And if you want to continue exploring philosophy and practice, stay tuned to my channel. We have more interesting content to share, from the reflections of the Stoics to other philosophical currents that can enrich your personal journey. Remember the words of Marcus Aurelius: "The art of life is more like the wrestler's art than the dancer's." So don't worry about what is beyond your control. Focus your energy and attention on what is within your reach and can make a difference in your life and the lives of those around you. I thank you for accompanying me until the end. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, where I will continue to share valuable content like this. Until next time, remember to embrace the teachings of the Stoics and live a life guided by serenity, wisdom, and acceptance. May you find fulfillment and purpose in each moment.